So today I'm going to have a go at turning our cappings wax from our honey extraction and trying to make some proper filtered beeswax candles. I'm never usually in charge of this. Usually this is Kay's job because she's a lot more neater than me. I can be a little bit messy. So we're going to use a bellows solar wax melter to melt down the cappings, and then we'll go through some various different filtering techniques, just using some basic stuff that we've all got at home, just to see if we can clean the wax up and actually make a decent product. So let's jump right into it. Just loaded some fresh cappings into this solar wax melter. We've got a decent day today. You see it's just the cappings. There's a bit of honey in there still, but that should sort itself out. And we'll see how quickly it should go down. I usually put it into the top section, and there's a small gap underneath that baffle, and it will come down. It'll sort of try and leave or wait behind some of this gunky stuff, and then eventually drip into the trough at the bottom there. So hopefully we should get this melted this afternoon, and we shall see how well it performs. It's been a couple of hours now, and we're all about done. Let's open her up. You can see a lovely white wax at the bottom there. There will be honey in there, but it'll probably sink to the bottom and all that. It's just a little bit of muck. It won't be completely clean. You can do another filtered process. We'll probably do another video on that. But for a solar wax melter, when we actually get some in the UK, it does actually work. So we've got the trough out there, and you can see the wax is melted lovely, but you can see signs of honey underneath it. So what we need to do now, we need to pop this out onto the side. You can drain the honey out of the trough, put it into a little jar. I kept this for myself, and I snapped up the wax and bits and pieces because honey does get trapped inside it. So what I do, I snap it up so it's easy enough to melt in the oven. You don't want your temperature too high in your oven, so I quite often use a thermometer just to double check. But once it's all melted, let it go hard, let it set, and once it's set, just pop it out and you'll see all the muck on the backside. What I tend to do, I'll scrape this off in the sink and make an absolute mess, but tidy it up before Kay sees. But once you've cleaned it all out, you'll have a bit of wax that resembles something half decent. At this point, I'm going to put this back in the tray, but what I'll use is a muslin cloth, and I'll put it back in and put it back in the oven for it to melt back down again, and then hopefully we should have half a decent filter bit of wax that comes out. Okay, let's see how clean it is. And then look in the cloth to see what I've collected. That's why you have greaseproof paper down. So I obviously made a complete mess there, but the greaseproof paper, as you can see there, is brilliant. The wax can just peel off. So we left it for about an hour, and then we managed to try and get them out the moulds, and it was down to Kay to give her final verdict. Right, you've got to give your honest opinion as well. So I'll get this one out first and then see what it's like. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I think the mould was a little bit mucky, to be fair. Yeah, the mould was mucky. Right, let's see the candle. Is that good?
It's very good.
How do you usually do
So
this?
clever.
Do you just snap that off?
Snap it off, take the bonds off.
Like that?
Yeah.
Be alright to do now, won't it? It's not too early.
Well,
What does that mean? You just lift it up by the lolly. That's alright, isn't it?
yeah, it should clean up everything on the bottom.
They're not bad. It's staying, the stuff, the muck started coming through, but that's a good one. You think?
Yeah.
So what do you guys think to my first pour of a proper beeswax candle? I think Kay was impressed. It clearly didn't come across on the video that much, but I think she was quite impressed. So this is the little bit of wax that we left in the trough. You might have noticed I didn't pour it all in. That's because there's still a little bit of muck in the wax, and I just clocked it was starting to pour in. It tends to stay at the bottom, so when you're pouring you might not get it right until the very end, so that's why I stopped at that point. So what we're going to do with the candle that I poured, which looks fantastic, I think, I'm going to give it away to one of you lovely subscribers. All you need to do is just make sure you subscribe to the channel, like it, comment it, and if you can, share it on one of your social platforms, and that will really help the channel out. And if you guys aren't already subscribed yet, please consider it. It does really help the channel out. It just gives me a little bit of a boost that actually people are half interested in what I've got to say. So hopefully we shall see you in the next video. Taddy bye. Just waving this about. It's because I got something in my hand. Just wave stuff about.